What's good, everybody? This is Coach Phil, and welcome to another episode of Deep in the Game Draft Edition. And we got a big body here, man. We got a guy. I couldn't believe it because in the CFL, most of the DBs are not built like this. They're more like 5'10" to like maybe 6'1". They got some wingspan on them, but Brad built like Cam Chancellor, and I'm very excited to talk with him. So we have from Concordia, Dawson Pierre. Dawson, how you doing?
I'm doing good. Thanks for having me.
Glad to have you on, man. So we were talking before we got started recording everything, man. I had some film from you, man, and I got a little article that somebody said about you when you went down to one of the bowl. I think it was the Florida. Was it the Florida Bowl you went to?
Probably, yeah. I went to Florida and Texas.
Okay, so I'm gonna read the article, and I want you to tell me if it's cap or if it's just there's truth to what they're saying.
Gotcha.
As solidly built as Merchant is, his frame was nothing compared to his Canadian compadre in the secondary, Concordia's Dawson Pierre. At an imposing 6'2" and 215 pounds with hands bigger than most linemen, heads turn when the native of Longueuil is how you say that?
Longueuil.
You said it. I'm not gonna botch it and be disrespectful.
I got you.
I'm still learning the names. Quebec.
Hey, we're still learning.
Hey, all about learning. Walks into the room. Man coverage isn't the massive safety strong suit, but he held his own in one-on-ones and rallied into the ball well in the scrimmage. Expect him to be a riser in the CFL draft, though teams will be divided on whether to play him up or convert the Stinger to weak side linebacker. That right there was something I wanted to ask you before we started recording. I thought this would be a better idea to ask on camera. What if they do try to convert you to weak side linebacker? Because weak side, hey, that's a little money there, but also with you being a bigger body, could you change the game a little bit by your body, your build, your playing style by playing safety?
Of course, I can adapt to any situation. I mean, I've played all around both sides of the ball, offense and defense. So for me to just play a linebacker, to me, is back to day one, basically. That's why I started playing football. And to play will linebacker to me is nothing different. I'll make plays playing will, like I'll make plays playing safety.
Yeah, I like to hear that, man. Somebody that's willing to adjust and someone that's open to new opportunities, because you never know where you might shine at. And the fact that you are an athlete, that's what when I see the film I've seen on you, you are an athlete. You are moldable. You're open to, like I said, you're open to being better at whatever you do. And you do cover a lot of ground, north, south, east, west, man. Tell us your story, man. Tell us about you and let the people know who they're about to be seeing coming up on Thursdays, Fridays, Saturdays, and maybe some Sundays.
Was looking forward. So, as mentioned, my name is Dawson. Started playing football when I was 8 years old. My older brother, Nicholas, the one that gave me the love for the sport. I made the transition from soccer to football at a young age, then went on to play high school ball. No, I went to play for my city, and then I played high school ball. Then after my high school here in Canada, I went over to the States where I play in California at Redondo Union, where I played receiver there, finished all-star receiver, came back here, played for Vanier as a linebacker, and then further on went to pursue my university at Concordia, where I finished my final season at Concordia.
See, that's something for you to be able to have both styles of Canadian style football and also the U.S. style of football, man, and meshing those together, man. That makes you more. That's well versed in the game, man. And from the statistics that we have here of you, 28 total tackles, 24 solo, 8 assists, 1 forced fumble, 1 interception, 1 sack, 4 pass breakups, and 2 tackles for loss. That's a lot of ground to cover, and it didn't really say anything about you giving up 8 touchdowns. I don't think being 6'2", 215, you giving up a lot of touchdowns. But talk to us about, I would say your when you got to university. What was the process for you? Take us through what you went through there, man.
So for me, going to university, I had big expectations on myself. Obviously, as every freshman that comes in, I expected myself to start as a true freshman, to come in and really make my name known and make plays and ball out. My first year I came at Concordia, I was behind KJ Pierre. That no, he's not my brother. Everybody thinks we're brothers, but we keep it as say as we're cousins. He's the one that was like my mentor. He's like my big bro in that sentence where he was teaching me everything about safety and really helping me to get better at that position. And the next following year, after I took a year of just learning off of him, playing special teams here and there, and sometimes on defense. Following year, I just played lights out, finished as a all-star, and was moved around a little bit left and right. And last year, changed my position for me to play halfback, where it was a bit of a challenge because it was something new to me. So I was playing safety, but like I said, I'm open to be playing different positions, being versatile. So playing that position for me was just another challenge that I accepted and I took upon, and I really wanted to do my best. And I just this year finished the season and played lights out.
That's asking a lot of yourself, but at the same time, I see you say, you like I've said, you open to being better. And the fact that you faced the reality of, you wanted to start as a true freshman, but you knew that there was work that had to be done. That's a testament to you and to you as a person, knowing that you had room to get better, knowing you had to grind, knowing you had to put in the as they say, the pay your dues in a way, man. That says a whole lot about you, man. Much respect. Was the game a lot different? Scheme wise, has scheme been a thing that you understand, the X's and O's, you can read the film, the scouting report, this is what I got to do, I'm good? Or are you more, I'm still learning and I'm wanting to transition and be better at that?
I'm always in the mindset that I'm still learning. There's always something new for me to learn and for something new for me to get better at. I don't think that I've reached even in the future, I don't think I'll ever reach the level where I'm be 100% about the whole game. So for me, it's important to learn, like, not only on my side of the ball, but on the other side of the ball, what's the offense going to run? How are they going to run certain things? How the O-line is going to move? How the running back's going to do certain things? How receivers going to gauge with their spacing? So to me, there's always place to learn either on my side or on the other side of the ball.
Being a bigger safety, what is your first key when you're on the field? What is your first key? Like, what are you looking for? What does your coordinator tell you? No matter what, this is your first look. Are you looking in the backfield? Are you counting? Are you looking for the strength? What are you doing? And what is your main objective, first down or second down?
So personally, from where I'm at, I like to look at receivers first to know who are the favorite targets. Then I like to identify where they are on the field to see what's the spacing that they have, if they have a larger spacing, to either help them have more grass or even open up the field a little bit more so I can help my teammates redirect them in the position that they need to be. Also like to look at the running back. That's one thing we learned this year with Coach Glad, one of the coaches. So the running back is going to tell you keys on where he's going to block, where the O-lines are going to step to block who's going to be the double team and stuff like that. So to me, it was something new to learn, and it's something that I try to incorporate into my game a little bit more.
When it comes to the tendencies, I know in university, some of the tendencies are a lot different than they're not far from what you see in the pros in the CFL. But when you see the tendencies, do you see a lot of 31? Or are you seeing a lot more of just that pistol look? Or are you like, they want to run the ball, I got to get downhill? What are you noticing that's going to be easy for you to pick up on?
So for me, obviously it's going to depend on what team we're playing, but certain teams that I like to see, what's the quarterback going to do? What's going to be a slow, sometimes his last, so it's going to tell you, like, okay, the ball's going to come this way, or the ball is going to ended up being given to the running back where that's where he's going to run into. So I like to also look, can be like with their body language and tell you, like, oh, there's going to be more heavy run or heavy pass, basically.
I like that. And when it comes to being a safety, playing, getting downhill and getting in the box, are you more of I'm a creep down and let him roll and let the halfback or say just roll over and kind of play over top for me, or I'm going to break downhill and I'm going to make a play?
I like to, depend on the situation, I like to bluff a little bit with what I do. I don't like to always do the same thing. So I like to always have tricks in my bag, really just trying to let the quarterback gets what I'm gonna do, if I'm gonna actually come for blitz, if I'm actually gonna go back in coverage. So to me, I see it as like a bluffing game between me and the quarterback, just to make him think otherwise and just open up the scheme for us a little bit more.
Okay, you're more of a cerebral guy. You're chess moves. I'm gonna.
Yeah.
I had a friend. I had a friend. He was an old teammate. He played safety. Shout out to him. He knows the story. He played safety, and he was like, "Man, there's a trick they just don't know about." I'm like, "Well, what's the trick?" He says, "If you stay low and you don't move, the quarterback can't see." And I'm like, that don't sound right. But then he did it, and I was like, "There's tricks to the trade of playing DB that a lot of people they can sit on the couch and say I could do that, but being out there and seeing that for yourself is a totally different ball game." Are there tricks to the trade that you're like you've picked up along the way, or is it, hey, it's just on the fly? I'm big, can't nobody mess with me. I can do this.
I'd say a little bit of both. Like for my size, like we've been saying, like it's a little bit more intimidating to see a safety my size just coming down the field. So it also like raised a lot of awareness on like what's gonna happen really if the safety comes down that low. Or I like to like trying to play with my schemes, just like move a certain way to make it look like a window's gonna be open, and then just rally back where I used to be. So the quarterback's gonna have his last look, and then I'll pop out of nowhere.
So that's one thing I like, man. I like that in the CFL, a lot of the guys that are getting like the tryouts in the NFL, I don't think a lot of NFL folk realize, man, these guys are hybrids. And the way the game is changing here in the States, we went through that era of the big DBs, the Jalen Ramseys, the Richard Shermans, the Cam Chancellors, all those guys. Even like Isaiah Simmons, who's 6'4", who played at Clemson.
Yeah.
He can play linebacker any spot, whether it's Will, Mike, Sam. He can play that, but he can also play in the slot. He can play here. He can play there. I like that a lot of the DBs in the CFL, they're like 6'1", maybe 6 foot, but they 195, 200, and they can do a little bit of everything. With you being the size that you are, that is a mismatch nightmare for the defense, and you don't really see that often. So I think you're gonna bring something that you can play back, you can move in the box, you can play here, you can play there. You got it. You got the intangibles. It's just putting it all together, and I like what I see. So I want the folks to kind of make their own decision right now. So how you feel about breaking down a little bit of film that I got for you?
Of course.
Here's all the stats right here. We got about 3 minutes, 8 seconds of film. Now I did turn off the music just because I ain't trying to get copyrighted. Gotta pay bills. All right, here we go. All right, here we go. Right there in the slot. Now all right, I'm gonna stop right there. What the hell happened on that? Smooth. Everything was smooth from the feet, flipping of the hips, everything. What happened on that one?
So on that play, obviously they were getting closer to a red zone, and I was trying to see beforehand what was the splits and who was where. And I was trying to see where the quarterback was going to look. So he gave a little last look to the right where I was at. And when I saw that, I was immediately trying to eliminate the routes that he was going to run. The receiver in front of me, Dawson, great player, one of my friends. I know he runs a lot of deep routes. And I saw his body language off the start immediately. Shoulders low, head low. So I was like, he's going straight for the fade. And I can cover that. So immediately I made sure that my hands would get on him, because if I can grab on someone, if I can get a good press, game's over. Ball's in my hand. So as soon as I went around, turned around, saw the ball, caught one hand.
See right here, I'm gonna take it back right here real quick. You see real close? That inside, that right hand threw everything off. There's just that little thing that kept that. Would you say it threw off his momentum a little bit, because he did have the advantage by just pushing forward, and you got that inside hand. You're like, hey, did that benefit you a little bit, as you said? You get your hands on him.
100%.
See, tricks of the trade, and then getting yourself in position right here. Kind of gave it to you a little bit. He did give it. You did put yourself in position to get that one. I like that.
Yep.
I like that. Do you have a favorite coverage that you like, that it's bread and butter?
Oof, I'd say any zone coverage, really. I like any zone coverage because it allows me to really bluff and just play my game a little bit to make the quarterback doubt.
Mm, that
Yep.
range, man. And you're not like a buff 215, maybe 220 at that. You're
Mhm.
a lanky but toned 215.
Yeah, yeah. I'm pretty lean for my size.
Are you gonna bring the dreads back?
Thinking about it.
I ain't mad at you. Right here, we see it again. And now a lot of safeties, they're not really comfortable playing in the slot. They want to play back or they want to be boundary or field. Do you
Mhm.
feel like I wouldn't say safe, but I say do you feel more at home in the slot playing halfback, or are you more I can go anywhere?
To me personally, I feel more like at home being at safety, but I can move anywhere. To me, it's not a challenge. It's really just a question of just being versatile, which I am. So any position, any place on the field really is at home for me.
Do you feel I see right here, you're inside, playing inside the line right here. Now he's looking,
Mm-hmm.
he looks back, spins. That's brave. That's a brave throw right there.
Yep.
How did you play that one? How in your mind, how are you playing that?
So that one, I knew a shallow cross was coming in, and I saw him roll out. And I know that when he rolls out, a lot of receivers, like obviously, they're gonna try and buy space and buy time. So I overshot the receiver by a little bit, so I could have more spacing to gauge with. And as soon as I saw him roll out, I was just trying to match my speed with him, so I could time my hands to bat down the ball.
See right here on this one right here. He tried to get you, on the
Mm-hmm.
first move coming up right here on this one. You didn't bite at all. You didn't
Nah.
bite on that. Most guys would get bait on that.
Yep.
So you're more of a you're not playing to get beat. You're playing where I can just as long as I can disrupt the timing and not allow him to get to the top of his route, I've won the battle. Would you say that?
Yep. Yep.
Right.
100%.
All right, here inside the
100%.
box. The A blitz. Oh, I like that. And still able to make the tackle. Boy. I do like when DCs they mix up those blitzes. It's not just from a base alignment.
Yeah.
That works in your
That's
favor.
Oh, that was fun. I knew like as soon as I would be able to get inside and get that one-on-one against the running back, I knew for me it was cake. So I knew I just have to put a 1-2 and then just get to the quarterback with my range.
If you see him lunge at you, you just push him down and just
Oh, 100%.
oh yeah. I still can't believe Baltimore blew this game, but it is what it is.
Hey, can't believe it either.
Here we go right here. They're playing down a little bit.
Yep.
Square. Oh, all right. That's nice. I'll get that to you. Square up on him. But I like that you get your feet under you. You're not just wild. You're not too wild. You're under control. Oh, he did try to take advantage right here. Moving right here. And the film don't lie, brother. The film ain't lying. You can move around. Here you are in the box right here.
Mm-hmm.
Now, do you always take a read step or you just, I'm going to go?
I took a read step because I like to see my keys. So let's say on this one, I was playing in the box. So I was looking at the lineman, I was looking at the running backs and the backfield was spaced where. And as soon as the ball moved, I saw the gap slowly opening and I knew someone was going to pull all the way up to me. So I was trying to move the lineman away on my side and then creep back inside the gap, which when I did, and just get the tackle afterwards.
See, I see you're playing linebacker before you even transition to playing linebacker because that right there. I like that you're not just, I would say, You're not on your heels. You're comfortable. You don't look lost. Because some DBs, they come in the box and it's a different ball game inside the box.
Yeah, it's two different things. It's two different things. It's two different things.
Oh yeah, it looks natural to you.
Yep. Like I said, I don't mind moving around, being against receivers, running backs, or even linemen as I go on the blitz or anything. Like, I'm physical. I like to just get my nose in there and really like make a play.
So in the comments that the comment that was made about you was about man coverage. They say you're not really like, it's not your strong suit just yet. I'll say just not yet, if that's a phrase. I can't even figure that out. But not yet. You haven't mastered that yet.
Yep.
Is that something you understand that you have to get better at? And what are you doing to become better at that?
It's something I always knew I wanted to get better at. A lot of players that I look up to, like Jalen Ramsey and other players, are more men guys. And to me, it was more something that I wanted to get in my bag, because that's the one thing I'd say was hurting me a little bit, that my man coverage was not all the way up there as like corners or just anyone that's their specialty. Me, I'm more of a zone guy. Really, I can roam around, come downhill, make a play, cover sideline. So this year playing halfback was really humbling in a way, and it was great because it helped my man coverage tremendously from this year to last year. And I know it's something in my game that I want to improve and keep improving every single year, because I believe that once I get this down, there's not that many weaknesses that can go through me.
If you can, I would think that when I read that, I thought, man, if he can get his hands on him, he's winning. He's going to win the battle. But then it's like, if they do swim over and like, hey, I'm gone, I can understand where they would say, all right, it's not his strong suit just yet. Do you think it's is it more of the cross your face, or is it, if I know my strength is to my advantage, like my hands, but if they get out, am I beat? Like, is that where you're like, you need to get better, or is there something else?
For myself, it's really just about being patient. It's one thing that I've trying to work on the whole year, and patience to me was something that was very hard because I'm very impatient and I like to just get to the ball. So for me, it was something about just first move, go for it, don't wait. And, as a DB, it's easy to get beat on a double move or to just anticipate a certain route, and then it's not what you thought it was. So for me, this year was really about learning about being patient and learning about body language and how receivers run route, how the spacing is going to be engaged, how, let's say, a receiver leaning on you a certain way, or how they run a route. If they run looking down, shoulders down, just going full speed, they're not going to break on the slant. So it was just about those little details that I had to really adjust and learn more about.
Right there, patience, man. That patience is it's something right there, man. Especially inside the box, you're more. If we hook the curl, all right, we ain't really seeing too much action. There's only so much you can do at linebacker as far as coverage. Exactly. Unless you're spread, you're going up against a spread, and you really do have to cover. Most of the time, we're playing flat, we're playing hard flat, we're playing flat zone, whatever it is. But for you as a DB, to understand that you understand there's got to be patience. You're not trying to bite on the double move, on the first move. You shoulders down. He's not going to break. He's not going to hit a slant. You got it. You got it down right there. You got what you have to get better at. And you see, man, it's humble. It's a humbling thing. It's very humbling. And I like to hear players talk like that, where they know, I know I'm not good at this just yet, but I'm going to get better at it. And just remember, man, the benefit that you have in the CFL is they're coming at you. It's not like they're just sitting there and just, they're in their stance. They coming at you. You got just as much a chance at making the play as they do, man. So you're on the way. You're on the way, brother.
Thank you.
So I would say, man, I would hope the last question right here that I have for you, it gets out to everybody. What do you bring to any organization in the CFL if they draft you?
Everything I got. My dream is since I was a kid, to play pro. And now that I'm at a level It's really just a question of time before I get into a facility and just demonstrate everything that I got that is on defense, special teams, just off the field. I want every team to know that whenever they're going to draft me, they're going to get the best player that they can get out of me. And not only just for myself, but for the team. I'm trying to be the best for me, for the team, and also bring my teammates up, the coaching staff, everyone around me. I want us to be great as a team and a unit. And I feel like by drafting me, that's something you're going to get.
Do you have everything, Lord willing, everything works out for you? I like your attitude. I like the energy. I like how you play. We all see that you can play the game. But let's say they call from down south, the NFL, and they see something. Are you going to give it a chance, or are you content with, hey, I want to be the best here in the CFL?
100%, I'm going to give it a chance. Those kind of opportunities never, they don't come twice. So any opportunity that I'm going to get, I'm 100% going to go and chase it like there's no tomorrow.
There you go. That's all I wanted to hear, brother. Hey, I appreciate you wanting to come on, man, and I wish you nothing but the best. Hopefully I'll see you at the Combine, and we'll chop it up, brother, and always here for you. And if y'all want to check out more Dawson Pierre, check out his YouTube, man. I'll put the link in the description box below as well. I'll put in all his socials, man. Show this young brother some love and support, and it's good to see a young brother doing something out here, man, something positive, and keep working on your game, hone your craft, and probably the last thing I say to you, man, is keep being you. As long as you be you, you're gonna be successful, my guy.
Thank you.
Yes, sir. And it's been another episode of Deep in the Game. We might be deep in this game, but you got the rules missing. Everybody take care. I'll see you in the next video, y'all.
The man's in the house.
So crazy.
The man's in the house. I'ma tell you the truth. The man's in the house.
So crazy.
The man's in the house.